Hi everyone, welcome to this session in which we're going to cover the content security filtering technologies. As you know that there are different types of traffic that is moving between our intranet and the internet, or between the DMZ and our intranet and the internet. In order to control the type and the amount or different application traffic that is being exchanged between the different domains in our network, we need to be aware of the content of that traffic so that we can intelligently capture, or we can intelligently look at the traffic and then control the flow of the traffic throughout our network. This is the concept of content filtering or content security filtering. For example, we could be trying to, or our objective could be to block different types of files that are either entering our network or that are exiting from our network. We could also be concerned about the content of those files, or what is inside those files, the text that is within those files. We could be protecting our network or protecting our emails that are being exchanged between our mail servers and the outside world, or the emails that are being sent by our users towards the internet. Or we could also be concerned, or we could also control the different types of application traffic, for example HTTP and FTP, that is being exchanged within our network or from our network to the outside world. So all of these techniques or all of these requirements fall under the broad category of content security filtering technologies. So content security filtering technologies, effectively, if we look at all of these different technologies as a whole, these technologies can help us control the content security, the overall content security of our data, of our infrastructure, that can be controlled by using these 3 or 4 different types of techniques. So let us take a look at these principles and their implementation within our infrastructure. The objective is to understand the application scenarios of content security filtering technologies, the basic principles, the configuration, and finally the troubleshooting. As I mentioned, first we are going to get a brief overview of all these technologies. Then we are going to look at these technologies one by one, namely the file blocking technology, the data filtering technology, mail filtering technology, and the application behavior control technology. Once we have understood these technologies in detail with these few sections, then we'll move over to the configuration of all of these technologies, and finally we'll take a look at an example of troubleshooting these content security technologies, content security filtering technologies. Just to give you a brief background, that because these days there are so many different types of applications generating so much different type of data that is being moved throughout our network between our intranet and the internet and DMZ and other networks and our data centers. So it has become very challenging to control all those different types of data and the risks of our data being compromised, or the information that our data holds, the risks of that information being compromised. For example, disclosure of our confidential information or personal information. These have become very critical issues, and so the content security filtering technologies provide us with a solution to handle these and many other types of issues, security issues that might arise within our infrastructure or within our networks. If we look at the different types of technologies that are available under the broad umbrella of content security filtering technologies, we can see that the major technologies in these categories are the file blocking technology, the data filtering technology, the mail filtering technology, and the application behavior control technologies. So for example, the file blocking technology, what we do or what file blocking technology can do is that it can identify and block the files based on the applications that the files belong to, the direction of the file transfer, the file type, that is, or the file name extension. So based on all these different parameters or identifiers, we can block the files, so that based on our policy, so that our network can be protected either from malicious files or files with malicious contents entering our network, or when we want to protect or when we want to save our confidential files from leaving our network. Similarly, the data filtering technology is when we kind of get into the files. It's not that we are blocking the complete files, we're looking at the contents of either the files or the traffic that is moving through our network, and we are filtering the traffic based on the contents of that traffic. So we are actually filtering based on the data, not on blocking the files. We are actually filtering the data. So this is a little more complicated and a little more getting into the details of things. Then we have the mail filtering technology, where we can either control the traffic, the spam traffic based on IP addresses, or we can control traffic based on the detailed contents of that file. For example, the sender address, the receiver address, or the number of attachments, or the size of attachments, etc. So we can do mail filtering based on different parameters, including IP address and other email specific parameters. And finally, in application control, behavior control, security implementation or security filtering, we can look at some of the protocol specific or application specific parameters. For example, HTTP GET method, or HTTP POST method, or HTTP based browsing behaviors of the users, and do the filtering based on that. Or similarly, look at the FTP specific behaviors and do the filtering based on those specific behaviors, and not based on any general traffic types, but based on the specific traffic types which belong either to HTTP or FTP. The first thing that we need to check if we want to implement these features is the license, because all these four security features that we're looking at, they belong to the content security group, and we need to have a license in our firewall so that we can protect or implement these four security features. So we need to make sure that content security group license is enabled. It is loaded and it is enabled, because if it is not loaded or if it is not enabled, then this means that we cannot make use of these four security features on our firewall. So these are the basic concepts of these four security features, that is file blocking feature, data filtering feature, mail filtering feature, and application behavior control feature. Now that we have the basic understanding and we know that these are all controlled by the license, in the next video we are going to look at the file blocking technology and the data filtering technology in a little bit more detail. So see you in the next video.